got Corey Legend. Yeah. We got Crazy Corn Gaming. Shut up, Corey. Damn it. Crazy Corn Gaming, Corey Legend, Stumpy Mez, and I'm Red Bully Hype. And we're going to start talking about where the fuck these guys want to start talking about. This is actually a pick-all, so if anybody comes in the room and y'all want to change subject and you want us to talk about something else, then mention it and we'll review a topic.
Seriously, like, we're going to go on with commentary. We're going to just talk our head off.
We're going to talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. At the same time, Corey probably fill in some gaps and talk about what he wants to talk about at first. We'll kind of go like that until somebody else says what they want to hear. So anyway, this is kind of one of those, we're tired of playing Wizard for a minute, taking a break and doing a podcast. Let me just move Stumpy Mez around, and y'all go ahead and take it away, Corey. Legend. 7, Joshua. If y'all want to talk about anything in chat, y'all let us know. Corey, I don't think he's going to talk. Stumpy, you go ahead and start off. You were talking about vapes earlier, were you not?
Yeah, okay. So apparently you're not allowed to vape in Walmart now, where I live, which is stupid. Yeah, seriously. I think it's stupid. I like vaping, and I want to vape in a fucking store. Damn it. Maybe if I can vape in a fucking vape shop when I'm shopping, why can't I vape in a fucking Walmart when I'm shopping? No, I'm fucking. I don't really give a shit. No, there really is one policy that I think is fucked up about this stuff. You're not allowed to open carry, but you're allowed to conceal carry a weapon in Walmart, which I think is stupid. Think about it. If somebody were to try to, walk in and rob Walmart, you really think they're gonna be like having the gun, out in the open where everybody realizes, hey, that guy's got a gun, I'm gonna watch him or her. I'm gonna be gender biased.
We got it, but if they're hiding it, then how the fuck are you gonna know they have a gun?
Exactly. So why is it okay to have a concealed weapon, but not a open carry?
Probably because open carry causes confusion and panic between people that are uncomfortable around guns. It's the same thing goes with the Bill of Rights. So I mean, I think you should have a right to open carry anywhere in the world, as far as America, anyway.
Well, see, my reason why I would rather them have an open carry policy than a concealed carry policy is because if I can see what they have, I know what to expect. I can see what they have. Like if they have, like I said, if they're carrying like a 9mm round, I can generally tell okay, hey, that looks like a 9mm. I might need to keep my eye on them.
Right.
Especially if you're walking and they're like this right here. You ever see somebody that walks in and you just automatically peg them? Yeah, they're probably going to try to steal something or do something stupid. Because generally they have those shifty eyes, they'll look around and all to see who's looking, they'll look for cameras and shit.
They might be high, that's called profiling. Anyway, Crazy Corn, what do you think about it?
I mean, I care so much, I give a fuck. Go ahead, take it away.
You didn't have anything to input on that one at all?
Well, I mean, I do have to say this. I mean, the profiling works for some people that, walk in the store and just like, I'm going to steal something. Oh, I'm going to be stupid today. But, some people literally legit just get, you might have fucking panic attacks. You don't know what you're dealing with a person that you don't know. So,
well, I think Joshua has a point, though.
And he looks suspicious as all hell. He looks suspicious. It keeps the hell out of you. Literally have a heart attack on the floor. And he's squirming around and you're squirming around trying to tackle him. And it's like a whole big ordeal with the guy just looking suspicious.
By the way, sorry, Joshua Bryant said, well, open carry causes intimidation and fear because most are uneducated, and if you have to go through more background checks and stuff when you get a concealed and carry.
Guess what she named the puppy?
I don't know. Is it part of the podcast?
Marley.
I know. She just told me.
Like Marley.
Oh, yay. Sharing time on the podcast. Yay. Have a good one.
Yes.
Good
movie. I told her you'd be happy.
Such a dick.
I am happy. Look, it's Molly. Oh.
Marley.
Look at Marley. Oh, nice. There you go. You're so happy. Hey. All right. Marley's going with her to the room to play toys. Wow. Hey, Crazy.
Hello.
Is it nap time yet?
It's death time.
Nap time. Nap.
Time for me to take my daily bath with blood.
What? Yeah. Yeah, this podcast jumping off bloody. Let's get bloody. Whatever. Let's get bloody.
Lucas Cloud, I love you, man. That's to you.
Oh God, let's stab each other and let's become friends.
Change the topic. Hype, you pick a topic.
Oh God. I don't think I have a topic in my head off the rip.
That.
No, I think Bloody just took it away. Like the bloody nightmare of.
Let's talk about taking bloody baths.
No, let's don't. But so Lucas
Crazy,
Cloud.
you start. You start off with it.
Oh God.
All right, we stab each other. We get to the festival, and then we stop, and we look at it. We say, "What the hell is this?" Still, we go ahead and bathe in it.
There's no we. It's just you.
No, Lucas Cloud came on our show and he said, "Let's stab each other. It'll be so much fun." And he had the heads going sideways and they went upside down. I don't know. He just. Sorry for what?
She almost hit the baby in the head.
Well, if I said it was me, then it wouldn't be any fun anymore.
Right. Wouldn't be real concerned. Crazy ass gaming. Anyway, we might have KG come in a minute. We're opening topics up to anybody that wants to watch and add your input, and we will discuss.
Talk about the situation between the Cold War and North Korea. Are you trying to get us to do your homework for you? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man?
I think there's a lot of talk, honestly, about the Cold War. It's not Cold War. It's a dumb war. It's stupid. The whole
really
politics is a headache. And you start going to politics, might as well go ahead.
It's just like you're fighting and killing people over politics. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
No, they're killing people over land and moral rights and freedom. Think about Korea in some ways. They've kind of got trickled down on. They're not allowed to make nuclear weapons because they're psychotic. But what gives us the right to have nuclear weapons and nobody else? I guess I don't know. I really don't have an opinion on that at the moment.
I know, but I have something funny to say about it.
Well, say something then.
I was watching a video and there was a fucking redneck was on there and he was pointing to a map. He goes, "Korea can't bomb us." First off, when you look at a map, and he's looking at the fucking world map that's just a piece of paper, and he goes, "Korea's here. We're here. There has not been a missile made that can travel from point A to point B that distance. It will fall in the fucking ocean." I'm like, go the other way.
No, so you believe in the real world then, and not a flat Earth?
I'm just saying though. It's if you're looking at a standpoint of the round Earth, it is funny because it's like, well, no, because when they just shoot it the other way. But at the same time, he has a point though. If we did live in a flat Earth, how would they be able to fire a missile at us? Think about that one.
If it was a flat Earth, I mean,
then they just fire the other way. Like that. I mean, that's how they'd be able to do it.
No, you're missing the point of flat Earth. If we had a flat Earth, then we wouldn't be able to fire that distance because we're nowhere near them. That was what Stumpy was trying to say. If we have a round Earth, which is a debate about gravity and round Earth, flat Earth. Have you ever been to space? What do you think, Crazy? We ever been to space?
Stupid?
What's stupid?
Like, what the fuck is that stupid to say that, oh, the Earth is flat? Don't we take airplanes to fucking different places? Like, how are we supposed to get all the way from the U.S. to Japan if we're, in like a day on an airplane if we are basically too, like, away from each other on a flat Earth? You
might want to be careful with that statement because it's been proven that airplanes fly in all kinds of different directions that make no damn sense. If you look at a round Earth, shouldn't you just fly from A to B and just go that way across the ocean to get to Japan, right?
Oh, Lord,
that ain't how it.
Flat
Hang on, would you, God? Good God, woman, is this your podcast? Fuck, I don't need commentary. Okay, I'm back.
Actually, that's what a podcast is. It is commentary.
Yeah, I know, but she's come and harp on the fact it's a matter of opinion. I'm not saying it is a flat Earth. I'm not saying it is a round Earth. I'm saying that there is a topic that's up. Yeah, y'all started this. It's a topic that's up. That's all. It's up for debate on YouTube. Y'all can look that up. That's all I'm gonna say about it now.
Josh said, "Good God, woman."
I just don't need to. I just don't. If she's going to be a part of the podcast, get on Skype and jump in. Good God.
What if it's neither?
What?
What if it's neither?
What if we're on Triangle Earth? Well, then I guess the.
No, I mean, what if?
We gotta get 1 second.
You know, concern. Some of them, they're only concerned. About 25%. Concern is basically, oh yeah, let's be like Logan and Jake Paul. And what are they gonna look at? Those videos, and they learn from it and then take. So they're gonna be just like them. And if we have 25% of the world being just like those fucking idiots, then we should count life as over. Seriously.
Logan Paul's not on my forefront of my mind. He's some dude who makes YouTube videos and made a lot of mistakes. And he's still making mistakes. And he's going to keep making mistakes. And that's on Logan Paul. It's like, I don't know. I don't want to make him bigger than he really is. You know, he made himself big by doing bad shit. But more do we talk about just Logan Paul, the more do we make Logan Paul something to talk about. Yeah. I like he said the Pauls are cringy as fuck. Yeah, please give us a topic. Sure. Anybody inside of YouTube or online, if you have a topic you want us to talk about, please don't say Care Bears or something ridiculous. But we will talk about it. We don't give a fuck how ridiculous.
Hey.
We'll do it. We're crazy. No.
Damn, you really are nuts.
Not really. I know you didn't say Care Bears.
You scared me for a few seconds. About the Care Bears, you were serious about them, huh?
No, serious. Those Care Bears they're fluffy. Pee-pees and Care Bears. You just keep Care Bears out of your pee-pee. Your pee-pee out of Care Bears. Whichever one it goes to, Tyler.
I have a good one.
We're waiting.
Should immigration be legal?
You mean like Mexicanos?
Huh?
Mexicanos?
This is another topic that I say that I care so much to not give a fuck about.
All right, you're saying should Mexicans be here illegally?
No. Should people be allowed to migrate to the U.S.?
Well, yeah, properly. I think it's a good thing. But you know, if you go to Japan,
sorry.
If you go to Japan though, and you don't get proper stuff to become a citizen there, if you want to be a citizen, they kill you. Any other country, see, everybody downs America, and this is my thing. You down America about immigration, but if you go anywhere else, they will not accept it. I think if you come over here illegally, then you know, at least try. You know, at least try to get legal citizenship. If you said immigration, there are steps, and then sometimes it's too expensive. Maybe that's why, in a way, it should be less expensive, so it's not so hard to become a citizen. You know, I don't know. That's a touchy subject.
Josh gave us a subject. Talk about what we should do with people in mental institution or with major disabilities who aren't able to benefit society. What should we do with them? Because looking at it from a purely logical point of view, you should just cut out the bad parts.
Okay, well, you're going to go to Al Gore, look at it, then, you know, we should just kill all the old people. Because that's what Al Gore said. You know, you read his book. I have. It's really, really psychotic. Where he says when people get to a certain age, you should kill them off. So we can feed the people that were still here and get rid of the old people. In other ways, you know, look at your grandma and say, do I really want to kill grandma?
What the fuck?
That's Al Gore, dude.
Yeah.
Trust me, that's not even a fucking joke. I mean, he's twisted. To save the environment, he says, let's kill off all the old people so we have more resources for the rest of us. Same thing he's talking about with people with disabilities. Well, my son was born with CDH.
What happens when he gets old, dude? Like, is he gonna want somebody to kill him, or what the fuck is wrong with him?
Well, of course, when you're young, he'll say, hell yeah, kill the old people. That's what a lot of these young people will say, but they're not old yet.
He'll be like a hierarchy. He'll be like one of the only old people left because he's the one that invented that rule, so he gets to live out his
he'll get the immunity death sentence for the old guy?
Okay, I mean, what he's saying is messed up, but it's also could be somewhat beneficial because the world's very overpopulated.
Well, see, here's the thing.
My bad. I'm sorry. I did it.
I very much disagree with that because I
Sorry.
very much disagree with that because you love your grandma, you love your grandpa. Okay, what if you don't see them anymore and they're gone, they're dead? What are you gonna do? Say, oh, granddad, I'm sorry.
You're not going to get any more knowledge.
I mean, personally, I actually hate my great grandparents. I mean, I wouldn't want them dead, but
What about your grandparents?
Where does
You said
wisdom?
all old
Where does wisdom
Okay.
come from? Where does
Wait,
wisdom come from?
wait.
I'm gonna say this real quick. Where does wisdom
Fine.
come from? Not from
Everywhere.
young people.
What
Not
would
from
Everywhere.
be
young people. The older people can teach you things about ourselves that we could forget about because we're too. We live in different eras. My grandfather, they went to depression. They learned how to save things and how to manage and how to go through hard times. The kids these days won't know anything about depression. Not yet. Not that depression.
Yeah, they will. We take their phones away.
Oh my God! Don't do that.
Cut their Wi-Fi off, or they watch how fucking sad and watch how quick they slit their fucking wrists. I can't deal with this. It's so Wi-Fi. And
I
then
tell
they
you
get
what, though, that is
fine.
something to think about, though. If we didn't have Wi-Fi or we didn't have internet, what would we have? Would we be better? Would we be better, Corey, if we didn't have?
Yes, of course we'd be better without
We
Wi-Fi or
make
internet.
Podcast, you idiot.
Apocalypse.
There's no podcast now. No, I'm just saying.
Should candy corn still be relevant, huh?
What do you say, Corey? I'm sorry, Corey. You were saying something.
Apocalypse.
An apocalypse.
If an EMP hit us over America, like you talk about, a nuclear weapon goes off in the atmosphere, it can kill all our electronics and just fuck up America. I mean, think about what does America run on the most? Internet, of course, electricity. You take away electricity.
It would be
No,
an apocalypse.
America runs off of internet, fast food, and anything made in China. Seriously.
All right,
If
and
we don't have any of those things, we're just gonna lose our mind.
all right,
It's
all
gonna,
right.
it's gonna be chaotic.
All right, Joshua says, and I'm in this generation, and I hate how much people that are my age are addicted to their phones. Addiction is bad, but technology is good, just like prescription meds. I think phones are great, but you really got to learn to do a social personality check. And, you got emojis to tell you how you feel. You got all these other laughing out loud means, laughing out loud, LOL. We abbreviate everything. We shorten everything up. We get lazy. There is a point where that's not a good thing. That's a bad thing because you need to have social skills, or know how to maintain or how to farm would be a smart move. I mean, if we did go through a crisis, we wouldn't know how to fucking start. We wouldn't know how to survive without electronics, without electricity. Because we were never taught that. I was too. I grew up in Missouri. So, I mean, I know how to farm. If I need to, I know how to do it. But it's a crazy world.
Get out in the backyard.
We're surrounded by corn.
Back to talking about the killing old people. What would technically be the age, though? That's one of my questions.
Where would be the cutoff? How old am I? 37? 38? Trying to get some sleep.
Would it be like the legal retirement age, or?
Well, then what kind of retirement is that if it's just death? Eternal retirement? Don't cost nothing.
Maybe we'll have a similar incident in Y2K, and everyone that's addicted just die.
Well, I'm screwed.
Josh said the cutoff is 75. Okay, so anybody that's 75 and up, they're pretty much, 3/4 of their way three-quarters of their life is over if they live to be 100, technically.
Well, if you want to take it to statistics, back in the early 1900s, maybe people were just living about what? I mean, what was the age back in the day when people started living 35 years, 40 years? You were dead.
You were an old person if you lived past the age of 60.
It was 60, wasn't it? And now it's now your age can go past 75.
I know back in the 1930s they did a survey and most people died off. No, it was the 1830s. Most people died off ages between 45 and 50.
Do you think people have a right to say when they've had enough and say, I just want to magically go out? They're old. They're 80-something years old. They say, I just want to go.
I mean, as long as it doesn't leave a mess, yeah. I mean,
I mean, choosing that, is that the same as suicide, or is that just going out peacefully without pain and suffering?
It depends on your religion. I mean, some religions, you know, it's a sin to commit suicide.
No, not saying suicide, saying for a doctor to do it, so he's not actually doing it themselves, but they are making a choice that does
Technically, the doctor is killing them, so then the doctor's committing murder in a sense.
Wow, it's good thought. Good point.
But in my opinion, if somebody wants to go, I mean, you know, they're 110% sure. I mean, they're done with it. They don't want to be on this planet anymore. Fucking yeah, shoot yourself out of a fucking rocket to straight to the moon.
To the moon?
Space Cowboys playing the whole way.
Wouldn't that be a real bad thing, though? What if we never have gone to space and somebody says, I want you to shoot me to the moon? They shoot him, he hits the dome and comes back down, and they're like, oh crap, is this true?
Look in the sky! It's a bird! It's a plane! No, it's another fucking dead body they thought.
No, that's 85-year-old Johnny Jim. Or Johnny Jones.
That's old Uncle Hayseed. He tried to go to the moon again.
Hit the dome. That's crazy.
Hit that there damn dome. Okay. Same.
Bro.
So, abortion.
What if, literally, because people talk about alien conspiracy, what if the aliens actually run Earth?
Well, of course I do. Look at fucking Trump.
The fucking CIA and all of this, they work for the fucking aliens.
I'm just kidding. If Trump sees this, I'm just kidding. Please don't kill me in my sleep.
But please buy me a Mercedes.
I don't want a Mercedes. Just buy me a fucking Chevy.
I'm very greedy. He said other people's religions shouldn't affect my choices.
Hey, actually,
I don't think anybody's religion should affect anybody's choices. But I don't think people should take away religion from people that do believe in something. It doesn't matter if it's Christianity, Buddhism, Muslim. You should never tell somebody that they should do something based on religion, but you should never try to take away religion from people when they strongly believe in something.
This is my thing. I mean, this is just my personal opinion. I mean, don't let this affect your opinions or anything like that. But my personal opinion is that the universe has already set my plan in motion. I mean, I just have to keep following that plan. And no matter what I do, even if I try to go astray, it's going to have another path for me to lead back to the path it wants me to go, no matter what I do. If I'm supposed to be in jail 10 years from now, I'll be in jail 10 years from now. There's nothing I can do to stop it.
Hey, crazy. I don't know, but every time I see you in that blanket over your head, I just keep thinking Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I was
thinking Kylo Ren, but yeah, that Obi-Wan, yeah.
Well, you know, Samuel Jackson when he was a Jedi, and I was thinking, you know, you could just sit there and say one time.
Why the black guy got to be Samuel Jackson, Jedi?
Because that was the only black Jedi. Anybody notice that was the only black Jedi? What, they ran out of black Jedis?
No, let me tell you how racist fucking Disney and LucasArts is. They gave the only black Jedi a purple fucking lightsaber.
Right?
I mean, really?
He was the purple pimp Jedi. You're like, you hoes gotta get in line.
Josh said same with abortions. What are y'all opinions on abortions?
I don't have an opinion on abortions.
I think it's horrible. I think it's a horrible thing. Because the reason why is because even though the baby is not out of you yet, I mean, it's still alive. Like, you still have to literally think in the back of your head, well, this could be my child. Like, you know, because kids are a very touchy subject.
They are.
I think abortion is horrible no matter where you got the baby from. It's not the baby's fault that, you know, that it's there. It's your fault that it's there, okay? And there's nothing wrong with the baby. It's a fact that there's something wrong with the parent if the parent wants to decide, hey, I want to have an abortion. The reason why I feel like it's really wrong is no matter if you're 14, 18, it's still your kid. Like, man up or woman up, whatever. Woman up and accept the fact that, hey, this is my kid. I love my kid. Kids are a touchy subject, and no matter how it got there, you know, it's not the kid's fault, and I should, you know, go through with it. That's how I basically feel about it.
He's coming to see you.
Well, on my opinion on that is, I feel that if, like, you know, let's say that a woman is raped or the child has some kind of genetic defect that could cause harm to the mother. In that sense, I mean, if it causes
then if it costs you your life, then you have to get rid of it.
But if the woman is raped, per se, let's say she's raped and she gets pregnant, and she doesn't want that memory of that, that child being born because she was raped. I could see how, that would be my only way. Not that I'm saying I'm approving. I'm just saying that would be the only excuse, if you will, to do something like that. My first opinion is
here's
to
the
give
thing.
the child up for adoption.
Well, see, here's the thing. I would give the child up for adoption rather than, I would have her give the child up for adoption rather than abortion it. The reason why is because even though, you got raped, the child did not, have a choice being there and not being there, of being in your womb or not being in your womb. So it really isn't the child's fault. So that's why I feel like it shouldn't be killed.
Well, how about this? It's touchy too, because there's no way to not touch this. It's touchy.
Right.
But here's the thing: if a woman got raped, which not all of them come forward because they're ashamed of being raped. That's a lot of victims out there that don't want to do it. But if they were brave enough to come up there and say, "Look, I was raped," like right after it happened, and say, "Can you please, give me a bunch of cortisone or whatever that stuff is, just the hormones or whatever, and make sure that you don't get pregnant." Because there is a way to do that, by the way, to make sure you don't get pregnant. And that way there's no choice. The choice is not there anymore because the baby, even if it was conceived, wouldn't know it. And it would be like a day old. It's not even really had a membrane yet.
At that point, it's just a few cells. It's not even...
Yeah, it's not
even capable of cognitive thinking yet.
Once there's a heartbeat, I don't believe it's murder. That's just my religion and my belief. And I think all babies in life is precious. It's the whole point of being here. I mean, all this stuff we're doing now, this is not pointless, but it's not the most important thing about life. Life is life.
Josh has a point. He said, I think it's wrong, but it's not fair for me to take others people's rights away and make their choices for them. I agree with that. I mean, this is technically the United States of America, and we have our own freedom. We have the right to choose how we live our lives.
Well, governments, they do their own planning of what is legal and what's not legal, and then that's the way it is. I mean, we're just debating the idea of it, and I think we can move on to another subject besides abortion, because that's
right.
I mean, we're not going for office. I don't think. Well, Crazy Corn might be, but we're not doing it. He might be going for office.
I had one other thing I wanted to add to that. As far as based on how we run things and other countries run things in Japan, you're only allowed to have 2 daughters in your home, like out of your family. If your wife conceives, if you have two children and they're both girls, and you have a third girl that's your wife is conceived with, you're forced to abort the baby.
Thank God we're not in Japan.
You should have
right
choice to have as many kids as you want, regardless of gender.
Well, then that
3 males in your family.
Their idea is not to overpopulate, but that's still not working because they're still one of the most populated countries in the world. Is Japan, China. I think Russia is pretty populated as well. There's a lot of minor countries that actually have more population. Africa is overpopulated a lot of times, but their sickness there is what causes it to balance because of so many hardships over there. But
gosh, it's okay if it's controversial. It's too bad. We'll let you know. Hey, don't flag it down. We're not going to talk about it.
You're getting quieter. Why are you getting quieter? Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, a lot better now.
I'm sorry. Josh said, dang, I wanted to bring something up, but it's controversial.
Well, just bring it up anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if it's something that we feel that's, it is too controversial, we'll flag it down.
If it's something that we won't talk about, we just won't talk about it. We'll say, nah, we don't talk about that. We won't even bring it up. But if it's something we're definitely talking about, just bring it up and we'll talk about it. Anybody else want to jump in besides Joshua? We are free to talk about certain things. I think Corey's kind of quiet. Normally, he's the one that comes in with a lot of opinion.
I mean,
but something like that, you can't really be like a big two because it was like.
I know. Sorry.
Sorry, Corey. I didn't hear you, Corey. Go ahead, Corey.
It's nothing. Never mind.
There's nothing. You're here. Talk.
I didn't mean to overshadow you. Go ahead, Corey. My bad.
Well, I think that women should have the right to abort if they want to. I mean, but I also feel that if you're going to have sex without a condom and you do end up getting pregnant, that's kind of on you. And that you should take care of the baby because having sex equals
consensual sex. You mean like having consensual?
No, he said if you make the choice.
Yeah.
That would be consensual. So if you had sex, you knew your choice, you made a choice, but you got pregnant, whoops, you made a mistake, but you have a baby coming, you should honor that baby's life in the presence of you made a choice, and that's why it's there, not because you were raped or some kind of outside environmental force happened. Basically, right?
But they should also have the right to choose. So it's like I'm very like on both sides.
Okay, Joshua mentioned something that I think is actually touchy, but we will talk about it. You should talk about the over-exaggeration of the Black Lives Matter movement from both sides, as well as how cops are blamed for a lot of stuff they don't do.
What about feminists?
Hang on, we're not done reading. I'll admit some of the wrong things, but not majority. So
okay, so I'll go.
Go ahead.
I mean, we're both black, so we can go whenever.
You know what, go first, Crazy. Actually, Crazy, go first. Go first.
You sure?
Yes,
Crazy, go ahead.
Sure.
All right. Well, here's the thing. I mean,
okay.
Here's the thing. Black people. I mean, if you're gonna talk about Black lives movements, okay, I admit that some people over exaggerate shit. But see, here's the thing. When you look at Black Lives Matter and so many cops and shit like that, Black Lives Matter and saying that black people are better than white people, or that we're a more confident or we're the better race group. We're just saying we should be treated as equal as you are.
And
I mean, if you look at it, the cops literally ask a black person for their ID, their name. A white person walks up, they're just like, "Oh, nah, sir or ma'am," and they fucking leave them alone.
I'm sorry, but they hit me hard too, man. When cops see me, of course, I have history. I think that's my thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, of course. But that's not for all cops. That's only for some cops. But you have YouTube videos of this happening, and
God, yeah, they're everywhere.
Literally, and literal cops, literally taking out their guns and shooting black people. Yes, I know all lives matter.
I think if they said it though, if they said it differently, I think it would come out less controversial. What if they said Black Lives Matter too? Saying that, hey, it's not just them, it's us too. We're all here. But I do agree with the all lives matter. I do
agree with that. I do agree with that. But see, here's the thing: it's not going to really be like that because America, we have to understand, has to have a group called the minorities. And you know who's the minorities? Immigrants and black people. Let's be real about it.
Actually, the minorities are becoming the majorities. I mean, you look at Mexicans; they're actually they're past blacks.
Yeah, that's true. But are they treated as a majority? Or are they treated as a minority though? Are they treated as a majority?
They're treated like I don't know. I don't know about the Mexicans. I mean, I don't know how Spanish people are treated. I know there's some bad times and some good things.
We're getting a little off topic.
What do you mean? Does Black Lives Matter? Is it over exaggeration of the use of the word?
Well, see, here's the thing. They only use that for the people who basically got killed for absolutely no reason. The cops had no reason to pull the fucking trigger. Nope. They just did it because they wanted to. Because, hey, it's my lucky day and there's a black guy and I'm gonna fucking kill him. That's why. But it's not really about the black guy, so to speak. Some cops are like that, but some cops are just like, some people become cops because they got bullied as a kid and they want to bully everyone else and they have the authority to, and no one's going to tell them anything.
I agree. I feel like
that's the truth.
A lot of people think that black people are the victims, and some of them are, but not all black people are victims. Some black people are black. I have to actually get up for this. I have to get awake. So I personally feel like the black community has made itself to be based on rap, hip hop. That's pretty much it.
There's a lot of
Well,
victims.
see, here's
There's
the
a lot of
thing.
victims on the black side community though, and there are a lot of victims, and it is a issue that should be taken very fucking seriously. It's true though. You got a black guy and my daughter,
But see, here's the thing.
and they're
See, here's
riding
the
in a
thing.
car. They're riding in a car, and they get stereotyped. My daughter got pulled over 3 weeks ago because my friend Alex. Y'all see him coming through the door all the time. We got a lot of friends that are black and white, and he's taking my daughter home. Went to go get me a pizza for my birthday, and because it's 12 o'clock at night, why is a black guy and a white girl riding together? They pull them over on my street right here. And I had to run into my truck and take off and go deal with this shit. And they had no reason to pull them over. Something about they rode through the hood dark at night. And I'm like, okay, what's that mean? People can't travel when they want to? They got, there's no curfew here in Dable, where I live.
Lots of people think that just because one black person did something wrong, or a couple black people did something wrong, that every black person.
Yeah.
Well, on my opinion on that, as far as the cops and their hate crimes, it's gotten to the point where now it's not even about a race anymore. It's about how much money they can get out of one person. Like, for example, let's say there's a black guy and there's a white guy running down the road. Two different cars simultaneously. If the white guy has a nicer car, of course nowadays they're going to target that nicer car because they know he has the money to pay his tickets. They're going to get him with anything they can.
There is singularity, yeah.
Exactly. Now it's all based on where you're at. If you go to, and I hate to say it like this, but if you do go to a southern state or an quote unquote white state, yeah, there's going to be that racism there. But if you go to a more racially non-biased state, it's going to be about, they're going to go based off of who looks like they have more money. How much of a ticket can I write this person that I know they're going to pay? Because it's going to be, if you look in the sense of that, when you get written a ticket, you can go to court and fight it, but you have to pay a lawyer. Lawyers are down here cost $1,300 a day. A day.
You're not fighting shit. You're paying a ticket. It's cheaper to pay a ticket and say I'm guilty of something.
That's it. Unless you have a dash cam proving your innocence on the spot,
which we all do.
You stand your ground. You stand your fucking ground, and you say, I need to speak to your supervisor. I'm not going to give you shit till I speak to your supervisor.
And I know y'all seen these videos where these guys are saying, hey, you're not going to ruin my right as a American. But here's the thing.
Know what? After that, they literally bust through your
windows.
Car and get you.
I saw 2 black guys in a car. It was on YouTube. And they literally said, hey, we're not getting out. We're fearing our lives, because it was like 9 cops. And all of them white. And not trying to throw a race card there, but there's 9 white guys surrounding 2 black guys, and all of them were trying to pull these guys out the car. And they're like, roll windows, like, hey, I'm going to call my lawyer. I want to call somebody, your supervisor. I'm feeling threatened. I think when you feel threatened by police, then police have lost their protectiveness of the community.
When you feel so
threatened, exactly, they're just harassing
the police
because they harass you. You don't have rights. They will drag you out your car by the leg, and hey, you have your head bust some glass. Well, of course, when they put you in the car, it's watch your head. But they beat your ass for 30 minutes before they did that. So, but I think cops have hard.
You know what they do now?
Jobs,
you know what they do now? They don't even try to shove and move your arm. They punch you in the face to black people. And even people who aren't resisting, they still punch them in the face.
Just because they didn't like what if you say the wrong thing to them, and we have freedom of speech here. It shouldn't be. If I said "F you, police officer," I shouldn't get punched in the face. Or anybody.
You're in handcuffs and you're getting punched the fuck down.
And you know what happens? They can possibly lose their job, but they don't go to jail. Isn't that not a crime? That's assault, is it not? How come police officers don't lose their job? Instead of just losing their job, why don't they get jail time? And if you prove it hard to people, like, hey, you got to obey the law or you go to jail, just like any other criminal for doing something like harassment or assault. But no, they just take away their job or they put them on suspension, and then they're back in 6 weeks or 2 weeks, and they're back doing the same damn thing, and that's all their punishment is. So you give.
Josh said that stuff is very wrong, but they also have to deal with complete shitheads. That I do agree. I mean,
here's another thing you didn't think about: the mentality factor. I know Stumpy's about to say this. They go through harsh realities, right, Stump? There's harsh realities.
there's a guy that works out to the local PD where I'm at, and he's seen where he's walking the houses, kids they'll be like babies in cribs, fucking roaches in there, and roaches are crawling inside the baby's mouth while they're asleep. I mean, rats are running around shitting all over the pans and the bottles and stuff they feed the baby inside the can of formula. Just seeing all this nasty shit, and I mean, after a while, you get to thinking that when you see a shitty car, yeah, that's the same house that person's going to now. That's what they get in their head. I mean, so I mean, coming from doing pest control, I've seen that shit myself too. I've walked in the houses where there's roach crap caked up that thick on the countertops where people just got through eating dinner. I mean,
What the fuck?
yes, there are people in that world that live that way, and that's one of those things you see. We sign a confidentiality disclosure agreement when I work for the company I work for, basically stating that unless you see physical harm done to a child, we can't say shit about it. I mean, the only thing I can do is tell my boss, and he contacts his guy, and you never hear anything again. We go back to the same house a month later and spray, and it's the same fucking shit. I mean, literally, nowadays, this world is coming to, it's how much money you can get out of somebody.
But does
The world has
community crazy going? Does community over?
But the world has gone to shit. I can literally say that now. It's gone to shit.
Yeah.
I think on all fronts. I'm being honest. On all fronts. You know, when I went to school in about 30 miles from here when I was younger, it was like people purposely segregated themselves in school. You'd have half the lunchroom with black, half the lunchroom with white. They didn't say you had to do that. But I got picked on by the white guys because I could go hang out with the black guys on the other side because they were my friends. We played football together, you know. It's like, I'm hanging out with my buddies. And they were like, what are you hanging out over there for? I'm like, because they're my fucking friends and I'm trying to eat this damn pizza. Fuck you, mind your business, you know. But still, it's a point where we're almost keeping racism at a point, or at least segregation at a point. We shouldn't. We should get over that shit and pass on it and realize.
I'm not saying that's to all people, whether what race you are, you know, because literally, because you know, I mean, it's true they say like love can drive out hate, and it's it's so fucking true. Literally, this I was going to the store today, and this is not racist, but I talked to this. I was going in the store, but before I went in the store, I asked, you know, this old white woman something. She wouldn't answer me, so I went out, you know, because she looked like she was struggling. So I helped her, and then she said thank you, with with a smile on her face. So it was just like, you know, she ignored me, but you know, I kind of helped her, and I feel like it changed her mind about like situations. Literally, I went in the store and I did some of the most good shit that you can do, like pick up after yourself when you drop something or some shit like that. Literally, the fucking worker, the employee was just like, "Thank you," and she was also white because I was just like, "What the fuck?" I know what they go through, and I know how, you know, people deal with certain situations, because when you look at, usually when people look at black faces, they look at, oh, this guy is automatically fucking trifling, or he's not doing what he's supposed to do, or he's a fucking idiot or a twat. And it's just like, no, not for all people. I mean, this is how black people view the police. Oh, they're not doing their fucking job and they're idiots. And some of that's fucking true. But you know, I mean, now that we're living in that age, but you know, um, that's how we feel. That's how they feel. If we can go ahead and go to the community and change something, do good, do nice things, or fucking whatever the fuck you want to do, but just do something productive, then maybe that can change our circumstance.
Well, I think as Americans, period, we ought to have our right of freedom of speech, and I think if anybody, they need to change some things. I think police officers need to change their tactics too. I think the punishment for a police officer being corrupt should change. I think if you have a girl who's sitting there, and I saw this black girl on YouTube, it really disturbed. I couldn't even watch the whole thing. But she was just telling a police officer, I don't want to give you my name. You know, I want to talk to my mom. I want to call my mom. And he literally just beat the shit out of her. Just beat the shit out. She didn't have no weapon. They beat the hell out of her. It wasn't just one, it was 5. And one was a black guy. One was a black cop. They just beat the shit out of her. It's sad when we live in an age where we fear something that's supposed to protect us. If we fear someone that's supposed to protect us, then what are they protecting us from? You know?
Well, I'm not saying that all police officers are like that.
No, but there are some.
Some of them are.
And they need to go.
Some of them disliked. It's like you stop being because you tend to do shit like that.
What?
Dislike.
Who? I got a dislike?
Yeah.
I saw that.
I don't care. People can dislike what they want to. I feel like, and that's a matter of opinion too, and I don't get angry about a dislike because I'm going to speak my opinion. Same as Crazy's going to speak his opinion. Corey has his own views and Stumpy has his own views. And people don't like that. They can dislike it.
The last podcast, then, you know, if they didn't watch, not the last podcast, the one before the last podcast, we already explained to you people that we didn't give a fuck about this. Like, so go ahead.
You just dislike all you want to. It's not going to change our views or our opinions. So, I mean, if we got dislike, I ain't worried about it. I don't even want to talk about it because I'm like, it's, you know, I'm going to get likes, I'm going to get dislikes. I'm going to get subs or I'm not going to get subs.
It's probably lemon soda.
It might be the Amigos that come to pay me a visit. And if that's so, then more power to them. You know? You just like Tom said. You just like you have a
that we did on you, lemon soda. Are you mad about the podcast that we did on you?
Well, if he is, he is, and if he is, that's fine. I feel like, you know, on that subject about him, I just feel like he was just all about hate. And, you know, that's not what I want to build here at all. Sorry, I'm putting a dress on my daughter. She wants to wear a dress and be a princess. There you go. And put your arms through. I have kids. I have different perspectives about things based on my kids as well. But I don't want them growing up in a fear, you know, a fear of police or a fear of, you know, hated society. And that's what we're supposed to want for our kids, is to have a better society. You know what I mean? Oh, Daddy, you gotta get your arm in there. Hang on. Where are you going with that? It's gotta go up and through. Put your arm all the way through. Alright, that's easier that way. See? Put your arm in. Steven?
Yes?
Any other subject y'all want to talk about? I don't know which one is you read. What you talking about? My name? I tell you what, get a hold of Corey, because he's really good at it, or Crazy Corn Gaming, and can add you to the Skype. You want to come to Skype? We're always welcoming guests. Oh, dang it. Joshua wants to come in.
Like, I want to see your side of it.
Whose?
Josh, I want to see your side of it.
He's stuck with us the entire time. I'd love to have him inside the show. I'll put his name on there and everything. Hey, it's not. But I gotta have Corey or somebody add him to the call, because I can't do that without messing up our podcast. What about KG? Is she coming?
Mommy.
I need to get the last button on.
Her sash.
Oh no, I gotta go. I'll be right back. Y'all gotta talk. Somebody's gotta talk.
Is that you, Stumpy?
Yeah. So. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Right.
I'm trying to get.
Be right back.
Switch accounts, damn it. There we go. Computer lagged out for a minute there.
All right, let's let me go ahead and.
What's up?
Piece of shit. Fuck. Sorry. Headset coming
What's up?
plugging in.
I don't give a damn. What's up?
Hi. Are you Miss Tony?
Tony, what is your opinion?
He asked me a question. You can give it back.
Are you the Miss Tony that I've been hearing about?
Yeah, Tony. What does all leave?
Do what now?
What is your opinion on hang on, let me find it.
On the
What is
police?
No. Yeah, well, yeah.
I think there are corrupt police, and I think that some civilians cause the problems among themselves, as far as the police are concerned. But the fact that police will beat a civilian senseless when they don't have a weapon, no, I don't agree with that. It's like Christy and her friend were on their way home with pizza one night, and a cop stopped them just because it was Christy and her friend. It was racist. I did not agree with it. Jonathan got very mad about it. And he told his sergeant the next day, and his sergeant was very pissed off about this police officer that stopped them for no reason other than to be racist. So no, I don't agree with it. Did that answer your question?
It did.
Good deal. Well, here's Jonathan, because he's mad at me now.
I'm trying to add Josh to the conversation.
Did that answer your question? It did. See y'all later.
Bye.
He's mad at me.
I'm trying to add Josh.
I still have See y'all later.
Bye.
If you would get on Skype, that's a chance.
I didn't do the remote. You hit the starting
Which one?
Hey, who's got the echo going?
Corey.
Oh,
It's Corey because I'm watching his thing light up. Hey, can you add him, Crazy? Can you add Joshua Bryant?
I'm trying to find him. I sent a message to a Joshua Bryant. Is that you that I sent the message to? It'll say Red Bully Skype call ?
Well, you see his sub name is Joshua.Bryant03. So
I typed in Joshua Bryant and pulled up 833 fucking.
Guess what?
833.
what?
Crazy. Guess what?
what?
I hate candy corn.
Oh,
No, I
God.
don't fucking care.
You get your Skype working yet, Tom?
So that's why I don't care anymore. We're doing this to get attention.
So you done with candy corn?
If you do, my name is
No, I'm
Friday.
actually with you, so
Well, I'm
I'm
done with
very
you.
mean today.
Red
So
Bully
if
High?
you,
Red Bully High?
No. My whole name.
So if I had
Not Cameron, but
a whole container of candy corn and I just threw it out the window, you wouldn't feel upset?
Hell no, he'd be back there like this.
I'll be back there trying to eat it.
I don't guess KG's coming. I thought KG was going to come on chat today also, but I guess not. I think my wife's trying to get on Skype.
That'll be fun.
Alright, let me know.
No, she's calling me.
Is she an interesting character?
She's something. She's trying to call me. You can't call me like that. I'm in the middle of a conference call. I'm to
Well,
add
I'm
you.
getting to your call.
Oh my lord! I really want him to come in right now. She's being
Okay,
angry.
what's your name? What's your name? What's your profile name? So I can just add
I'll
her.
have to add people. What is your profile name? Your name?
What is your profile name?
Mine's Jonathan Singleton.
I don't know. I don't know how to do this.
What's your name say up top?
Doesn't. It just says Jonathan and you.
Oh lord. Anyway, this is becoming a crappy podcast. Nobody's talking.
Anyways, yeah, what were we talking about again? The
Black Lives Matter.
We were talking about how stupid you are.
All lives matter.
well, thank you, because I was actually talking about how
All
stupid
lives
you are.
matter.
Good.
I'm
I'm glad
Tony
we're on the same
Singleton.
page.
There you go.
You
All right.
are.
Well,
Actually,
it's freaking working.
worrying
I
about
can't
my
add anybody. Y'all gonna have to add somebody.
I'm worrying about yours.
It'll mess up the podcast, Tony. You can come in, but I can't add you because I have to go out of this, and that's what is the podcast. Is my Skype. Stumpy, just see if you can find Tony.
Melanie, I said no.
Hey, look up Stumpy Mez. Find him. He can put you in.
No.
All right.
Oh, I didn't even check, Josh. Hang on, let me check. Sorry.
Would you please get Joshua in here again, and maybe KG Crazy if you can find her.
I'm trying.
Is that him? He's wearing a hoodie?
Well,
Yeah.
what happened is she's still playing her game, so I guess I don't.
You should play a game and still talk on Skype, can't you?
Hang
I
on.
don't know, and I really don't care anymore.
Okay.
Hang on. All right, Josh, I'm adding you now.
All right. Well, that means I'll have to. All right, y'all. Somebody talk about something. Because dead air time is dead air time.
Let's talk about
Fuck this.
let's talk about Whoa Vicky.
Whoa.
Nah.
Whoa, Vicky. Whoa. I'm sorry.
Let's talk about her.
Who's Whoa, Vicky?
Well, Vicky, the fucking girl who thinks she's black.
Ah,
Did you get her? You get him in, Stumpy?
Working on it. Working on it.
And by the way, Tony has sent you a friend request. Also, put her in. I'll have to
Yep.
do 2 different Texas new
Yeah.
ones.
why would you
What,
want
you
to add?
said me in or what?
I don't know. Who'd want to add you?
I know.
Who?
Wait,
Should we explore space or the ocean first?
space.
I think the ocean.
Ocean.
The
Ocean.
hell with space, we ain't gonna get there.
If we can't, it's gonna be. We'll be dead and gone before we actually get to leave this planet. Might as well figure out what the hell's on this planet first.
There's nothing wrong with exploring the ocean. It tells us more about where we live and our origins of ourselves. And the space tells us what's outside our planet, if anything. Do y'all believe in aliens?
We are aliens.
We're aliens on this planet, I'm sure. But I'm saying, do y'all believe in aliens?
Yep. I do.
You believe they have kidnapped your, which one? Who's coming in?
Movies.
All right, should be
hold more
Josh.
truth than you think.
Should be Josh.
Josh, are you in here?
Believe that aliens
Yep.
came
Alright,
to
give me a
this
second.
Hello,
I gotta
welcome to the
and
podcast.
the government has.
Thanks for having me.
and
Give you a-
No one knows.
Give me a second, please.
a newcomer.
There's nothing wrong with newcomers.
All right, got one more.
Working on it.
Welcome,
Hello,
newcomer.
how are you?
Well, it becomes a new. Okay, I
Tony,
gotta
can you
turn-
hear us?
Good for you.
You gotta turn your volume up, Tony. You're gonna be able to hear. She don't have headphones though.
He's
Oh,
a
great.
newcomer, right?
Right, Vern, you gotta be very touchy with Tony because that's Red Bully's wife.
Huh?
You,
And
you have to be very touchy with her.
Tony, you want headphones?
okay.
No.
God.
You need to, because it's messing my thing up.
headphones?
It's messing up my screen.
Don't work for us.
Yeah, we can hear you echo, so you need to have these headphones. See, I hear
Hey.
everything. Jesus Lord, this is like the.
Hi, Tony.
Oh Lord, I can hear the echo. Great, everything's tangled. Isn't that the way headphones always are?
Okay, so apparently I have to go and tangle these headphones. Give me a second.
Yeah. Just mute yourself. Mute
I
it.
don't know how.
Here, what about these? You want the ones with the ears?
I'll take the ones with the ears.
Do you need a pair?
Doesn't matter.
Need
If
a
you got
pair?
them one second,
No,
one second.
yeah, we need a better pair.
Do you need a pair? Here you go. Alright, I'll throw them at you. Ready? Catch
Yeah, y'all just chuck them at me. Well, the thing about the headphones is we'll have a lot of feedback, and I'm trying to keep feedback to a minimum.
These are segment guys.
You can mute yourself.
I don't know how. Just told you around. You keep saying it. So.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I can't. I'm glad you came. Let me just put a name.
Well, you told me if I wanted an opinion, I had to join.
Oh, you're killing us. Yeah, that hurts.
You know what? Let's fucking talk about piece of shit YouTubers. That's better than sitting in silence. All right.
Thank God somebody said it.
Damn. All right. Let's talk about fucking Jake Paul and how he's continuously dodging the KSI and how he's basically being a piece of shit and manipulating.
How does dodging KSI, like trying to fight him, result in him being a piece of shit?
Nah, but he's a piece of shit. That's like extra shit. All right.
But that doesn't correlate.
Yeah, it does. The reason why is because don't clickbait someone just asking you for a fight. Just say yes or no. Don't be a piece of shit and drag it out.
I'll be right back. I gotta get some drink.
Just common decency. Say yes or no. You don't have to do the fight. You don't have. You just say yes or no. You act like the guy's irrelevant, and you show your ass. That's basically it.
Well, why don't we talk about a different YouTuber? Because we always talk about.
Don't talk about the most overtalked one like ever.
All right, let's talk about Leafy. Leafy's a fucking piece of shit.
He's irrelevant. It's too late. He's done.
It's too late. He's filled his void.
Hey,
let's talk about PewDiePie. I actually like PewDiePie.
Yeah, PewDiePie is good. His new videos are better.
PewDiePie is good, but the only problem that I have is that he literally gets stoned for making a joke on Fiverr.
Crazy game at the top.
Yeah, I know.
If you were watching my stream at the same time,
like everyone knows, what's on Fiverr stays on Fiverr. Nothing takes that personal. Nobody takes that personal.
Or you're not supposed to. Well, a lot of people take things personal, or they get offended these days.
Why can't I see them?
A lot of people take things to heart that are just jokes these days. Like nobody can do anything without offending someone else.
And you'll see everybody.
I mean, if you actually give a legitimate reason to offend somebody, yeah, but it's just like everyone gets offended over nothing. Literally, the Paul brothers, the YouTube CEO, talked about Logan Paul should not be deleted from YouTube, and I understand that. I really understand that. Like, he should be penalized for, like, what he did wrong, not himself as a whole channel, because people like to watch him a lot.
Well,
all right, cool.
I kind of disagree with that. I feel like they should just leave him alone.
That's what I said, that she kind of defended the fact that he should not be deleted. That's what I just said.
I didn't hear you. So.
Doesn't matter. Anyways, let's move on from that. And let's talk about how YouTube, since the Paul brothers are doing these crazy things, YouTube is making more stricter guidelines on and making more rules and fixing up and changing the rules. And it's just like, well, what happens to the people who make more edgy content? Like, are you just gonna delete their channels because they're making edgy stuff?
What edgy? Like, what would you say edgy?
Someone watches them. Like, we love people who create edgy content. Like, we're
probably talking about like Filthy Frank and iDubbbz and people like them.
Yeah, Rice Gum, people like that.
That get like billions of views, and YouTube just kind of like chucks them in the trash because they're not advertiser friendly.
That's what they're doing now. Literally, people at 1 million subs or under 1 million subs are going down the fucking drain. That's why I get what people are saying. You know, don't do YouTube anymore. All because of, you know, I mean, I feel like the YouTube was lying a little bit of why the reasons why you have to get 4,000 hours of watch time every month to get ad revenue. I understand that.
It's every month. I thought it was like for just total.
I
No,
guess
I think it is every month though. Honestly, watch time minutes.
Maybe minutes, not hours, because there's no way you'd get 4,000 hours a month.
No, it's watch time minutes. I do believe.
I guess I guess 4,000 hours every year. I guess I don't fucking know.
It's 4,000 watch time minutes a month, and I believe that is only at
400
20
hours.
What is it like $20 for all that? I mean that's what that is. So you're not really gonna make a fortune unless you are PewDiePie, and you're not gonna make a fortune unless you are billions.
Here's the thing. The fucked up part about it is that they give free shit to people who have money.
Baby, your
who
headphones
have all
on
the fucking money in the world, and they can't give a poor person a dime. That's the fucked up part about the world.
Hey.
Hey,
You're
Tony.
giving the people who are the richest in the YouTube industry free shit, but people can't get nothing. No one can get nothing.
What'd you say, Tony?
Other than the richest. They get that shit for free. They wipe their ass with it and throw it in the trash a day later. And then buy a new one.
Tony, what'd you say?
I said y'all don't have to be sensitive for
What?
That's the fucked up part about
Someone
YouTube.
said earlier you gotta be sensitive around hot swipe. You don't have to.
I don't know. It's an echo. It's an echo coming from there. We need lights. I think because you can actually hear me in the background from her computer or something. I don't know. It's weird feedback. Y'all have to edit yourself around her just because she's my wife. What she said. I do believe what she said.
Okay.
Anyway, we're not talking about you or anybody else. We're talking about YouTubers, and we're talking about world issues.
I mean, if we want to talk about YouTube, let's talk about YouTube because you're just piquing my interest with the YouTube community. Now, back to what I was saying about the 4,000 hours deal. I think that's kind of like because of people who copy other people's content, and who like to re-upload other people's videos and make views on it. Yes, I understand that, but it's just like I kind of understand to the same token is that they're dealing a lot with Jake and Logan Paul. If they can keep people from making it that are going to be inspired by Jake and Logan Paul, then that's less controversy on YouTube's part. There's more views, but there's less controversy. Now, Logan Paul didn't really...
Crazy.
I don't think he deserves...
Crazy.
Right? What?
Tony was talking.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can't really hear her.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just wondering if everyone would take a time out and say hey to Melanie because she wants me to put the earpiece in her ear real quick.
Okay.
Here, Melanie.
Oh boy. Say hey to the 4-year-old. Hey.
Howdy.
Yay.
I'm gonna take it back now.
Here it comes.
Everyone say hey.
You can mute it. It's there's a mute button on there, so you don't have to hear her the whole time. There's a mute button. You see it? It's the second button over. It's blue. You hit that, and they can't hear what's going on over there if she starts talking. And you can unmute when you want to talk.
I don't. No.
That was it.
That one? Okay.
So if she starts talking really a lot, you can mute it, and when you want to talk again, press the mute button. All right.
Can everyone hear me right now?
No, because you haven't pressed it yet. Press it again.
What about now?
Yes.
Okay.
That way it's not so much echo. All right. That way
Sorry, KG. I did not mean to interrupt you.
It wasn't KG talking. That's crazy porn, not KG.
Sorry.
Crazy? You don't like KG.
I really don't, but doesn't matter. I really don't care about it in the first place.
I
So,
apologize. I don't really know all
yeah, I understand that. And I really didn't care in the first place.
I got your
I'm kind of cool with things like that. It doesn't really affect me that.
All right, so anyway,
like I was saying,
where's Steven go?
What do you all think about that? What do you all think about the 4,000 hours deal?
I think that they. Oh, so go ahead, Josh.
I think they're kind of like just like screwing over all the people who are trying to start out new, or like that haven't really got a chance to grow their channel, and they're just screwing them over for really no apparent reason, besides that they want more advertisers to come in.
Yeah, and then they want to take away the advertising revenue also, as well, and make it where you can't even get AdSense no more. That really boggled a lot of people that just start out. It's kind of like major business, and then you got small business, and the small business owners are getting crushed because Walmart's here. You know, the same sense as YouTube doing to small YouTube channels. So if you're not
also.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
So, like, putting this restriction on for, like, all these small creators, this just discourages people from wanting to create content on YouTube. And they'll go do content on other sites like Twitch, or, like, they'll find another place to go do content if YouTube's just going to screw them over all the time.
Well, Twitch is growing. Twitch is growing because of YouTube. The YouTube is making Twitch more popular. And because people can grow fast on Twitch. But YouTube has a good following still. Mute, baby. Mute if you're going to talk. But anyway, like I said, Twitch is growing majorly. And it's because of YouTube and what they're doing now. And I think it's like sending the wrong message to, if you want to grow as a company, wouldn't you want people to benefit from doing the YouTube, which is, it's all it is, a social network. Upload videos, watch time, advertising. They're losing money by doing this to smaller YouTubers because there's more smaller YouTubers than there are big YouTubers. Way more small. So wouldn't they make more money if they would just benefit the small YouTubers who are all coming out and make it where people want to keep on doing it here at YouTube?
Actually, also, that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah. Also, it was already hard for people to grow their channel from zero.
Yeah, it is.
And adding this new set of rules just makes it 10 times harder for people to like grow their channel, because no one's gonna see their videos unless they are at the point of monetization.
Or if they're promoting.
Other than that, it makes it 10 times harder to be original because you have to follow these new fucking guys.
Yeah,
like the people who do stupid shit. The people who do stupid shit like Raka or fucking TJ, where they torture their bodies for views.
Right.
Okay. You can't do that anymore with the new guidelines, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, Duppy, go ahead. What? Who did?
My dog, the retriever we got.
Just had a seizure?
Yeah, another one.
Damn. He's having a lot of seizures lately. No, his dog's been going through issues for like the last 2 years, really.
What the hell, man?
No, I mean it's some kind of condition he was born with. It's not really of a rescue. Just the people that we got him from, they were trying to find him a new home, and we took him in, and they told him, he has seizures from time to time. It's not very often, but not as often as we thought. So, it's fine. It's just it's just one of those things you gotta. I heard him out here banging against the fence, and I was like, "What the fuck?" That's why you saw me run back and forth. I didn't know if somebody was in my yard or what. I went and grabbed my gun and shit, walked out there with the damn gun like it's loaded. I'm like, "Who's out there? Who's out there?" I come back and get the flashlight because I couldn't see, and then he was over by the fence and he was seizuring, and I had to go over there and I had to get him to calm down and everything. He's fine now.
Hey Tony, what do you think about unmute? What do you think about YouTube not giving the brand new YouTubers hard times trying to climb, not letting them make money like they used to because they've changed the policies, so it's harder to become a YouTube channel? What do you think about that one?
Here's what I think about that one. They don't want to give you money. They're making it harder because they want to keep their money.
So you think they're being greedy as a corporation?
Yes.
But people are going to still do it because YouTube's such a trend now, right?
Right.
What about Twitch? They have Twitch coming out, and Twitch has been skyrocketing because they're making ways of making money or simpler than
Well,
YouTube.
see, here's the thing. Twitch has been out for like a few
People
years.
will go from YouTube to Twitch, and YouTube will lose business, and they'll regret their decision.
All right,
Then
good.
again, Twitch one day will do the same thing YouTube did.
So you think it's all a pattern? Go ahead and mute. So what do you think, Crazy?
Well, see, here's the thing. Twitch has been out for like a few years now, but
Thank you, honey.
But
welcome,
what
darling.
the thing is, like, multiple content creators talk about this, and they're just like, well, YouTube doesn't really care about content creators anymore. They just see dollar signs, how many dollar signs that they can make. They're like, YouTube used to be YouTube. They used to care about the content creator and the viewers. They don't care about that. All they care about is themselves and making money. But see, here's the thing. They love the topics of Jake and Logan Paul a whole bunch, but what they don't understand is that, you know, while they're trying to keep, you know, Apocalypse 2 from happening, it's going to happen because they honestly defend these YouTubers. They at first, I'm gonna explain this. At first, when Logan Paul made his video about the Suicide Force, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of outdated, yes, but
Mhm.
when he first made the video, YouTube did not take it down. They reviewed it and they said, "Okay, Logan Paul's good. Logan Paul did nothing wrong." Until a whole bunch of wave of backlash came. They don't understand that the apocalypse is gonna come a second time because they can't really figure out the ins and outs of basically dealing with their content creators.
What do
They
you
need
think?
to deal with their content creators better. Not like put a whole like YouTube system
Don't interrupt, Tony.
out there.
Joshua, what do you think?
So I think that I don't think a lot of stuff is gonna change because a lot of YouTubers they get their they have like their moments or like people enjoy their content because of the editing that they do. And on Twitch you can't edit it. And a lot of people like you can look at their YouTube videos and they're entertaining and you go to their Twitch and it's just bland because they can't edit over what they've already done. And so that
Yep.
means YouTube is still going to have to thrive because there's going to be at least a fraction still there.
But what happens though, Joshua, if they give Twitch or Twitch advances, because they will advance. I mean, they're growing, and they do have tools and they do have ways to do the videos. Then
Once Twitch... Sorry, go ahead.
no, you go ahead. I'm good.
Once Twitch gets the availability of like uploading videos straight to it instead of having to stream, then Twitch is going to overtake it because there's already so many people there, and like you can see like on the bigger channels there was like 16,000 people I was checking earlier, 16,000 people on one channel, and that there's multiple big channels, so that means there's over like 60,000 people on Twitch all watching different people at once, which
Okay.
means Twitch is going to have a lot more active users than YouTube, and YouTube is just going to die slowly off.
YouTube is the next Vines.
YouTube is going to do the mistake that MySpace did. MySpace was big. MySpace was cool because you had your own music. Your own music for every channel had your own unique style of backdrops and cool things. I don't know if any of y'all know about MySpace, but it was actually pretty.
I love MySpace.
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool. And then Facebook came out.
Stop taking my earphones.
Hey, we can hear you. Mute. It's on the pod. Mute it if you're going to have to talk to her. Oh, my Lord. Why don't you give her the phone and let her have the phone to watch it?
I told her to have the phone.
No, you got to mute it if you're going to talk to her because I can hear it on the podcast and if I can get their voice in. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Anyway, so...
Go get the phone.
Oh, Lord.
Here's my opinion. I want to give it before
Before
this child irritates me.
me.
You sure she hadn't done it already?
She has. Okay, guys. YouTube is great. I don't know what Twitch is, but I'm sure it's great too. Here, watch out for no one and go away.
I have a monster for a daughter.
We do. She growls at everyone. But the thing is, if they do to everyone what MySpace did, they will go under.
Just like Facebook took over. That was my point.
Facebook took over MySpace and Twitch will take over YouTube. And YouTube will stop.
Or at least take care of the small YouTubers. You can mute now, please.
Also, something to note is
or you're going to bed. Night, kids.
something to note is that it's very unlikely that YouTube will die since it's run by Google, and Google has a lot of money. I'm sure they'll
Go
find
put her to
some
bed,
way
Tony.
to keep it up and standing,
I'll
like
keep
some
you
way
up.
to.
Go put her to bed.
They'll find one way to like
Good
prop it
God, you
up,
all.
and it won't die out since it's run by Google.
That makes sense. That makes sense. But see, here's the thing. When they have all of that going on, and YouTube is basically dying out, which it is, then it's just like, will YouTube ever get back on its feet? I don't think so.
Probably not. It'll
But-
probably be overrun with viruses.
Right, right. But like, off of that subject, it's just like, and the ad revenues and this and that, like big YouTubers are getting their AdSense and their ad stuff taken away. They're getting off of YouTube's recommended.
Yep.
So they're not getting the necessary views that they are, or you know, basically that they were getting, which I feel is fucked up a whole bunch. Because if you are getting a whole bunch of views at one point in time and you did nothing wrong, then why is your ads or your recommendedness getting taken the fuck away? I feel like the Jake Paul and Logan Paul are costing them money without costing them money, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Once it happened, they started losing money. So hence why they wanted to save money. And by saving money, taking away ads from big and small YouTubers. If they can take away big and small YouTubers ads, then that's less that they have to pay people, and they can pay to Jake Paul or Logan Paul or big YouTubers like PewDiePie, KSI, Smosh Games, whoever the fuck.
Well, how about
They-
this?
they
Also, they oh my God, are you not muted? Also, they have they take it where you got to promote yourself. You got to pay to promote pretty much if you want to be seen. You're not part of browser history unless you pay. You know, it's like you want to get really wide out there. You want to really promote your channel. You have to pay a lot of money to promote your channel across the whole damn thing. I mean, YouTube should just be connected. You know, it should be like you browse Wizard Live or something, you should see me somewhere. Or if you browse Vapors, you ought to see Stumpy somewhere. You know, or Crazy Corn Gamer for Wizard, or I don't know what Joshua Bryant plays, but you know, there should be an equal access point for people to get viewed on their channels, and not, oh, you want to promote it? Oh, sure, pay $100, and it'll get sent to this many people, you know. But not all them people are actually watching Wizard stuff or getting in a podcast. So you're paying money for them to promote to people that might not ever show up to your channel, so you're wasting money. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but I did.
Yeah. Also, another major factor to note is that a lot of like content creators who have like hit like substantial milestones, or like they've hit goals they set for themselves, they're not going to want to leave their 100K, 200K, 3 million, for PewDiePie 50 million subscribers on YouTube just to go to Twitch and start from zero again.
No, what they're gonna do is they're gonna advertise the fact that they have a Twitch channel and see how big it gets. If it gets almost as big as their YouTube channel gets, then of course they're gonna fucking leave. They're gonna be like, oh, their few thousands are nothing. I'll gain it back.
What do you think, Corey?
That's how I would do it. I would advertise the fuck out of my Twitch channel until almost everyone's went over it.
What do you think, Stumpy?
First off,
We can hardly hear you. You got to get into your mic a little bit better, buddy.
is that better?
A little bit.
I said, well, honestly, I mean, it doesn't matter what you do. There's always gonna be something bigger and better come along. It's like anything. It's evolution. If you can't adapt to it, you just die out.
Exactly.
Like when Vine shut down, all the Viners came to YouTube because YouTube was big. It was the big thing. But I mean, eventually, I feel Twitch will be the next YouTube, and then something better will come along in the end. And then by the time something better comes along past Twitch, we'll either be dead or the world will be changed to the point where Twitch doesn't exist just because it's Twitch.
Hey, Stumpy, how did Walmart stay so powerful? See, they had an idea better than what YouTube has right now.
Sold more than one thing.
Well, because Disney owns them, that's why.
Right.
No.
Well, no, yeah, actually, Disney.
Walmart
succeeded
because
because
Walt went
went
around every store in his city or town, whatever you want to call it. And he noticed that they were only selling one thing or another. So
he decided
why not sell everything
in one
store?
store.
That's
That's
how
how
Walmart
Walmart
became
became huge.
Mute. Go ahead, Stumpy.
Well, as far as Walmart goes, honestly, Walmart, they're a
Is
bunch
evil?
of bitches. Fuck them. Walmart, they're
Mad to that.
Walmart, they're a corporation. I mean, they
Evil corporation.
probably have hundreds of thousands of, investors into it, and of course, I mean, when it comes to somebody who's invested money and they've got money tied into it, of course they're not going to let it die out. They're gonna get more investors to come in and spend more money into it. That just makes sense. I mean, if you're making money off of this and that company shuts down, you're not making money off of it. So it makes sense to say, hey, well, if we're not making money here, why aren't we? Why don't we just open another one there and make more money? And so on
Joshua.
and so forth.
Joshua.
Yeah.
What does YouTube do? What does it do to correct
Y'all froze.
itself? We're fine.
Y'all froze.
To correct itself?
How would it correct itself? What would be the process? No, you froze. You want to drop out and come back in?
The process of correcting itself would be first
you go.
loosening the restrictions on the guidelines. Because, like, right now, currently, if you drop any kind of cuss word, they kind of just, like, demonetize you with a snap of a finger. They don't really check in the context, or if your demographic is targeted to older audiences, they just demonetize you. Like, parents can't really understand that their kids are watching inappropriate stuff for their age. And then so they'd have to fix that. And second of all, they'd have to make it to where the smaller channels can grow substantially, or that they can promote themselves in some sort of way without being overly in your face about it.
So basically, YouTube needs its own actual moderators to come in and moderate the channels themselves.
That's your internet, not mine.
Yep. But YouTube says they do that, but those people don't really do anything. They just kind of in my opinion, I can just imagine seeing a bunch of random people at a computer eating Cheetos and just clicking the mouse, and it's randomly clicking whether or not you get demonetized.
Well, let's put it in the sense. PewDiePie has roughly over 60 million subscribers, right?
Yep.
So if you think about it, to subscribe to a YouTube channel, you have to actually, sign up for a YouTube profile. Therefore, you have a starter channel. That's just like anybody in the chat. I can click on their name and it says go to channel.
Mhm.
So if you've got 60 million people, 60 million people on YouTube, there's no way in the world you're going to be able to monitor every single video that the channel puts out. So it just makes sense
Right.
to take the easy way out and just to demonetize it when any little, like a little keyword pops up, like fuck or shit or something, something that just pops off as a red flag, and just demonetize it because it's cheaper that way in a sense to create a computer program and have like 12 people sit in a room and monitor that program to make sure it's running properly, versus hiring 254,000 people to monitor this region of the country and this region of the country and this region of the country and so on and so forth.
Or they could review their like YouTube Hero program or whatever that thing is, where like if you flag something, that means it's actually inappropriate or something's in it that breaks the guidelines. Because cussing does not break the guidelines.
No, but they will not monetize now because if you cuss in your video too much, they can sit there and they can view it and say it's too much cussing. No monetization.
Actually, no. There are some guidelines in as far as in the regional factors, where like some videos, like for example, some of Hype's videos, they won't show in other countries because it does not pass the YouTube guidelines in that region.
But I'll get some, but I won't get all. It's like, okay, like Japan says no, we won't accept anything with cussing in it. Or Venezuela. I mean, I've got people in Venezuela. I've got 5 there actually, which are kind of cool. I don't know who they are, but they do watch my videos quite often. So, and I think it's great. It's great how YouTube has branched out globally, where people from other countries can say, okay, look, this is a crazy Alabama guy. Look, his wife is right there. Look, a crazy corn gaming guy. Oh, look, Stumpy Mez, and they can say, okay, I'll watch them. And they get interested and they watch all the time. And
Hey.
What?
This is what y'all are talking about.
What, Tony?
The purpose of the U.S. Constitution
Oh, Lord.
is to promote nationalism.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but you understand that.
How crazy is that?
What?
Keep going.
This sentence in my book
Uh-huh.
says the reason, I'm sorry, of the U.S., that's one nation, says the reason of the U.S. Constitution is to promote nationalism.
Okay. What's that got to do with YouTube? Besides the fact that YouTube is nationalized?
I feel like we're sitting at one of those like vote for me conventions.
Listen,
Yeah.
I hear you and tell you this.
First of all,
the
the
U.S.
U.S.
Constitution
is only supposed to promote the U.S. Second of all,
Okay, Tony, we're not doing a presidential
as
debate
far
here.
as YouTube goes, as far as what y'all talking about,
it doesn't make any sense whatsoever
as opposed to what's real.
I had such a fucking bad.
Now,
time.
y'all are discussing a fight.
We're disgusting a fight.
Y'all are discussing a fight. Y'all are discussing what doesn't even actually matter. That's my personal opinion. What really matters is, let me tell you today, 17 people died in Florida from a school shooting.
We're trying not to touch on that because that's a very sensitive issue at the moment, and we don't feel like that's up for a podcast. That was talked about before we started.
Well, I've been sitting here reading my legal book.
Uh-huh. Are you a lawyer?
No.
Exactly.
But it matters more than the YouTube
conflict.
If y'all are going to talk, I'd say talk about
something real.
Okay, this is something real.
Some
Wait. In a sense,
the reason.
in a sense of it, if it doesn't really matter, in a sense, if you think about it, in 30, 40 years, technically this podcast won't matter at all if you think about it.
But we're doing it, damn it.
Damn right.
Josh, what were you saying?
The reason, like, we're not really talking about it is because, like you said, it's a sensitive subject, and another reason is people die all the time, and, like, a lot of stuff happens that the media just throws away 2 days later because they'd rather talk about how Trump tweeted something for an entire week.
Right.
They focus on social problems instead of like physical ones, because nobody is really nowadays. Nobody is invested in other people. They just want to know the social status. They don't want to know if someone died in Florida or
But
if
should
people are
what's sad
like,
though is that should be important. It really should. I mean,
yeah,
I
it
agree
should
with
be.
Tony. It's important, but it's not what people want to view. They want to view the guy that jumped off a damn cliff and hit a fucking donkey and his head went up the donkey's ass, because that's really entertaining.
I have a question.
Jimmy Jams was live streaming about the Florida shooting not long ago. Actually, just recently logged off.
I
Yeah,
have
I
a
know.
question.
How old is everyone here?
Why does it matter? It's social media.
It's
It's
just
just a question.
They can
answer if they want to.
Old enough to be on YouTube.
What if?
All right, I'm
What if
15.
What if the media didn't cover it?
What
if there was a tragedy
Much have you had a
and
drink,
no
man?
one could explain
that
that nobody could ignore, and the media didn't cover it? What then?
I mean, you're just explaining what they do now.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like the basic
They already
every
do
day.
that.
That's why I don't watch the
What
news.
What if your son died?
And
The
nobody
news
cares.
doesn't care. Nobody cares except for the people who are like personally involved in that person's life. No one else
If they're
cares.
not making money, if they're not making decent money, then they don't care. That's all I have to say.
Even local news stations probably wouldn't cover it.
Our
They'd
local-
rather cover, like
would
I
say-
watched the news this morning, they'd rather cover about how an old couple used the same Valentine's box for 30 years. Not
Who's
about
that brother or
people
sister?
who died in the hospital
Tony,
or
we're not
something
talking
last
about
night.
bad shit.
I have a point to make.
Who's
Well,
got
that-
a
Got a brother or a sister?
Well, you know I do. What's your
I
point,
have a
Tony?
brother.
Alright,
What if your brother or sister was in that Florida school shooting?
Then we damn sure won't be talking about it, because that'd be real damn sensitive with Josh in here.
I would be curious as to how my brother got down to Florida in the first place.
The reason
I say that
Does he serve?
is
is
because
because
I'll say
I'll
it
say it
Why?
only once because I'm not trying to upset anyone.
Good God, I really?
But the reason
Sure.
I say it is because I've been seeing a lot of stuff
Can't hear you.
about cops' lives matter, Black Lives Matter,
Can't hear you.
White
Lives
lives-
Matter.
All right, you're saying it wrong because they can't hear everything, so it sounds awful if you have a blurt out.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I've been hearing a lot of stuff about cops' lives matter, White Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter.
Abortion baby lives matter.
Here's my thing.
Pez dispensers matter.
If you have a soul and you
Caesar
have a
dogs
life,
matter.
your life matters. I don't care if you're black, white, blue, or orange. Your life matters.
All right, cool. Mute.
I mean, I
I don't want to mute.
I wanna
I want
wanna
to talk
comment.
about something that matters. Lives matter.
Wow, this podcast is getting really
I wanna-
flaky.
say that like it's very easy for us to say that lives matter, yet we stand by and let like homelessness and poverty kill thousands a day.
Now that was a good statement.
I didn't hear that.
Last thing I heard was homelessness.
homelessness.
Well, there's a buddy of
No, I really didn't hear what you said.
I'm not being rude or anything.
a buddy of ours just found a loophole in the state law where we live at, where even though you get injured on an on-site job accident, that the state via a loophole in the system because they don't know how to change their fucking outdated laws, that they're
Okay,
required to
valid.
pay, yeah, they're required to pay a bare minimum of 50 grand. So apparently in our state, the human life is only worth $50,000.
Period.
Bullshit. That's what my daddy got. He got a stage
stage
4
1
cancer.
cancer.
That's all you're getting.
Yep.
Sorry. If you live in the state of ALABAMA, you are fucked.
I love Tennessee. That's all I'm gonna say.
What I had said earlier was that
Thank
it's easy to say that lives matter, but like thousands of deaths go unnoticed by everyone every day, and we just let stuff happen like that, like poverty and stuff. We just when we could be donating to charity or helping people out, we just walk by them on the street or drive by and stuff like that.
But see, here's the fucking thing. Charity is so fucking outdated because everyone's doing it. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to do
Apparently
charity.
not enough, because there's still poverty in the world.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but everyone's doing it, not for the right reason. Some people do it to get themselves out of bad situations.
That I agree. That I agree.
Themselves feel better.
Jake
What,
Paul,
Tony? I
even-
can't hear what you said. What, Tony?
I knew Jake
All right.
Paul was coming.
Oh, sorry.
I said some people do it to make themselves feel better. Because they feel so crappy about themselves that they want to help someone else.
Well, I think that's great they do
But
that
then
reason
again,
because at least they're trying to do something.
If you live where we do, there aren't any charities that help those walking on the side of the road. I mean, I wish there were. I worked at Fred's for a long time, and let me tell you, I know many homeless that came in through there, and they still had somehow, they still had money. I guess for someone feeling sorry for them, giving them money, or whatever.
There are still
But I still see those people walking down the side of the road from time to time. And my
What else,
stepdaughter,
Mojo?
Jonathan's daughter, is with me half the time, and I'll pick them up if they need me to. Just take them to Fred's or to Dollar General.
Mute. All right, off the homeless situation in the world. Thanks for bringing that up, bud.
Let's back on to YouTube because YouTube is a piece of shit right now.
The thing you said about like people who donate because they're trying to cover their screw up, like if they donate a substantial amount, I don't really that just benefits other people. They're
It doesn't
helping
really
a lot of
matter
other
because
people.
they're benefiting.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter. I'm not saying that it's a problem, but I'm saying that it's kind of, an issue because
It's
like
a D-bag move, but
you should
it's
donate because you feel bad or you want to help somebody else, not because you want to fucking get out of the gutter like Logan and Jake Paul. That's what they do.
Who gives a rat ass who gives or how they give or why they give? The result matters.
Yeah,
the motive isn't what matters behind the money. It's what the money goes towards.
Let me ask this. Let's say that a wealthy man murders a family of 4, wife, children, and all, but he feels bad, and so he donates $2.5 billion to charity. Does that instantly make it okay then?
It doesn't make it okay, but it doesn't matter about what he did it for. It's the point. What benefits?
You also took it way out of proportion.
That's really crazy. That's a crazy statement.
You kind of took it out of proportion. Like, what if statements I don't think should be a valid argument?
Exactly.
When is someone going to murder a 4-person family and then go and donate $2 billion? And where would you get $2 billion?
I'm sure if he's a millionaire, but he said million, not billion.
Clear all that up.
Is it a mute button?
No. Listen. You might learn. My daddy told me. And he's dead.
And I instantly don't care.
No.
Hey, Stumpy.
That was bad timing. I was talking about that was supposed to come out when she first said something. I'm sorry. I apologize. I take it back. Continue.
You better, because she was talking about her dad.
Right as it come out, I was like, no.
All right,
I'm sorry.
He didn't know you were going to say that.
Dead. My entire life. Two things. One, when you do something, you do it for the right reasons. And two, when you do something, you do it right the first time. So you do it for the right reasons, and you do it right the first time.
Uh-huh.
So if someone goes to charity, and they do it for a fucked up reason, it's not for the right reason. So it ain't right the first time.
Okay, if that being said, okay. All right, let me say it this way. There's a starving kid, okay?
Yeah.
All right. No, can I finish, or are you going to yeah the whole time? The starving kid sitting there, and she's starving. She doesn't know where the money comes from. Person, whatever, Stumpy's crazy little theory about a rich man, blah, 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 blah. But the can of food comes, the kid eats. Does it fucking matter how it got there? The kid ate. And that's what matters. Who cares? The kid,
no, it doesn't matter.
The kid eats. Isn't that the
The
point?
kid knows it doesn't. The kid doesn't really matter. When they see food, they're gonna instantly like it. They won't care where it came from. They're just glad they have actual food to eat.
I wish to God we didn't have this conversation because it's retarded that no one gets what I'm trying to say, and same as Josh was trying to say is it doesn't matter how charity gets somewhere. It matters that it got there, and someone ate. I don't either. I don't know, Corrosive. I'm confused myself.
Okay, let me ask you this. What about the profit organizations, the one that profit off of charity, though? What about that?
That's right. That's different. But as long as the people are getting what they get, that's fine. But I think they shouldn't have. It should be volunteer all. And like Red Cross.
Non-profit.
Yeah, Red Cross is horrible. Red Cross is horrible.
So many shelters where you have to fucking pay to get in. Are
Exactly.
you kidding me?
You fucking just lost everything.
For charity. Fuck out of here.
It's fucking Red Cross is a big ass joke. I don't give a fuck who hears on YouTube. Red Cross is a big fucking joke. Red Cross does one thing. They humiliate the fucking selves on TV saying, we care, but they show up 4 days late and then they want to sit there and tell people they can't go help other people because Red Cross is the only one that does it.
You know how much it is for a homeless person to have to pay to be in Red Cross?
No, not really.
Fucking $20 to $30 a night.
Well, that's
from a
fucking
homeless
stupid.
person who has nothing. $20 to $30 means that they're fucking rich, okay? That they have money.
Corrosive, you are Tyler Thunderflame, by the way, in the YouTube chat. Anyway, go ahead.
And you only get to stay there that night. That morning they fucking kick you out, but you pay $20 for a night, and they kick you out that morning. You can't go back until the evening.
Can't hear you, Tony.
So that sounds like an Alex City or a Gable motel. That's how it is here. Just for a motel, one night.
What happened to my video?
$35.
I don't know. Your video went away. That's something between you and Skype.
Mine, I'm sitting there looking at me.
Okay, I see you now.
I see you.
You just came back in. So basically, we went from.
And now you're on.
But let's get back to YouTube because I really want to talk about that.
YouTube. YouTube is YouTube. We're on YouTube.
Yeah, I know we're on YouTube, but I want to talk about more about it because I'm very interested.
We talked everything up, fam.
I mean, really, we keep on banking on YouTube. YouTube. We are YouTube. We're YouTube creators.
We're all YouTubers.
God, Johnny.
We're all YouTubers besides Red's wife.
No, she's actually a YouTuber.
She is? I didn't know that.
I'm ripping my.
I think we talk about something with a purpose, something real, something that means something.
Hey, brand new mic.
What I want to talk about is that the YouTube Kids app. You think it's really safe for your kid? Most of the time, it is. But now YouTube is so fucking corrupted that it literally gives you what's recommended. So your child could be literally watching fucking Batman humps Robin for views. And your child will go, ha, I don't know what this is.
I understand what you're saying. There should be a guideline.
But they don't care.
Melanie's YouTube. She cannot watch anything I don't approve of.
I'll be right back. I'm going to get a drink since my voice isn't unheard.
Your voice is not unheard. God knows everybody hears it. Well, if you're channel on, just get off.
If you want to talk about something with a purpose, what matters to you then?
What matters to me? Stage 4 lung cancer. CDH. Let's see. The school shooting in Florida.
Good podcast.
What matters to me is things that actually happen to me.
Oh my God, everything switched up. How did everything
That's
switch up?
And
That's
things that happen to other people that I would not wish upon my worst enemy.
Well, like Texas? Me too, I agree. Let's see if I can.
Like, waking up one morning, sending your kid off to school, and finding out they're dead before they come home. I would not wish that upon my worst enemy.
Well, who would? Crazy Corn Gaming. Sorry, I gotta move everything around now because somebody has moved.
No, my phone, my video phone died.
Okay,
That's
well.
why Jonathan doesn't like me on the podcast. Because
Just slide them in
I
there.
talk about deep shit that nobody wants to talk about.
There's a reason why we don't talk about certain things because we blatantly say something and we say it the wrong way. It is viewed. And
Well, hey, in my opinion, if I'm saying, hey, let's pray for those families.
that's not saying that. Why do people miss the point when I fucking talk? It must be like maybe I'm speaking in Japanese. Maybe I don't fucking
No,
speak
I'm
clearly.
getting you.
I'm saying that there's some things that you don't go trolling at. You don't go talking about because there's.
Jonathan.
Okay.
Konnichiwa.
Hey Tony, I control this fucking phone conversation. I can kick you out of it.
So kick me out.
I know, because then I'll be sleeping on the couch. At least I ain't stupid.
You got that far at least, though.
She's got me trained. No, it's just there's some things I'm careful about with a podcast because this is my channel. It says Red Bully Light. It doesn't say Tony Sims or anybody else is in the room, and I'm very careful because I do have viewers and I have people that are sensitive about things. Who knows if we have somebody here that had somebody get shot? Fearless was at the school. He might know people there. Like I want to talk about that stuff that's sensitive. No, it's not about bad about it. It's just don't bring up. There's some things we'll be careful about, like abortions. We were very careful. We picked through it very carefully. We did not embranch ourselves too far into the conversation because I didn't want to touch on a super sensitive subject while people are still trying to heal and they need that time.
Well, I'm pro-life, not pro-death.
I'm pro channel. I want my channel to die. So I would prefer not to kill the channel. Tony, you come in first day, kill the channel. Wow, cool. Good job. Yeah, look at that. I'm a seal now. Baby style, baby.
I don't think I'm going to kill your channel because of my opinion.
Believe it or not, it's all it takes.
Hey, Red, you want to address Corrosive and Mike in the chat?
You mean want to put them in there, or do you? Oh yeah, we do need to do that. You're the only one complaining. Who's talking to me?
How about
No,
this?
they're talking about each
They're
other.
fighting each other.
Stop being a tool and move on. Plus, it's a damn joke. If you were so gullible, sure. Guys, stop typing in the chat. Sorry, this man's just giving me. Just doesn't make any sense.
Whoa, Mike Black said, no, we don't care for this Tyler dude. Corrosive, wow. You know what? Eat a dick. Mike, what? Nah, you can eat your own.
Well, the fun thing
bitch.
about a YouTube online chat on the side is no one sees it here on podcast. And if they want to, go run around and have a big fight. Hey, oh, wait, everything changed. Tony left. Oh, Tony left. What, are you mad? Are you mad?
She came to beat you.
Are you mad for real? Oh, of
She
course,
said,
you're in a great mood. Great,
She
now
said-
everything changed again.
She said,
Oh my God. Yeah,
She's-
I'm never inviting somebody in that's going to act like that.
she said, Konnichiwa, bitch.
Yeah, I guess she's sick of Konnichiwa, bitch. She jumped off. Melanie, get away from the computer, please. I love how I'm the bad guy. And all I was saying is there's some things I don't want to talk about on my channel. My channel.
You're not the bad guy. You're just the first guy she has to lash out to.
Oh my fucking God, seriously. What the fuck? I don't want to talk about the shooting. One, I don't have a lot of information on it, so I don't really want to talk about something I have no information on. That makes me ignorant and stupid, and I want to be that guy.
I hate to do this to you, but I'm just gonna pop off here. I gotta get at work at 9.
That's alright, you're already off of it.
Alright, y'all be good. Peace out to 5, guys.
I
See ya,
think
Stumpy.
we'll talk about one more thing and then we're gonna knock it out. Konnichiwa, bitch. I hear you, Joshua. I understand what you're saying, Joshua. I'm very careful about what's said on this channel. And it's a scary thing to invite somebody who's close to you that lives with you, and maybe opinions don't, aren't the same. How people take that, how they perceive me as my wife perceives things, and you always, it's weird. It's weird. It's like
Yeah.
I don't want to bring a social battle into my house and share it with the channel too. I mean, that's scary. Because I'm sure it's fun to watch a fight, once in a while, but I don't really want to be in one. But apparently I'm in one now. He konnichiwa'd me. Yes, I am on the couch. Alright, Stumpy's out, so let me get Stumpy's name off here. I apologize, I had to do this on the go, on the fly. Corey's been kind of quiet. I think he might have fell asleep on live chat. Are you asleep, Corey Legend? Yeah, he's asleep.
Yeah, he is asleep.
He's gone. I think I can hear his nail polish dry. Anyway.
All right, I guess we'll talk about another.
Wait, Corrosive and Mike, let them get an opportunity to suggest something.
Suggest something, Corrosive, or whoever is in the chat. Y'all want to suggest something? We'll look at it and go with it. Because I do want to talk a little bit more. I'm not trying to jump out quick, but at the same time, I don't want to be a bunch of dead air time. You're mad at me for real?
No.
Then why are you looking snappy?
Can they hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yep.
We're live.
Hello, all. You want to know why I wanted to talk about something personal and real?
Sure.
I heard about the school shooting today in Florida. And I thought, what if that was my daughter?
Wow.
What if that was one of my kids? And I got really upset about it. And the fact that y'all are arguing over a YouTube thing when there's something what happens today will not be important tomorrow. Your YouTube chat today will not be important tomorrow. Now, the people who are affected from today's shooting, they will be affected tomorrow. I lost my son in 2015. I'm still affected today.
Are you done, Tony? You're trying to make some kind of personal thing going?
Yes. The small things don't matter. That's the point.
Somewhat. I agree with her somewhat.
YouTube don't matter.
But the point of the podcast isn't
Small
to
things
get
don't matter.
deep and sensitive. We're trying to, maybe
the big
enlighten
shit that
some
matters.
people's day.
Miss Tony,
This
the
is
reason
where
why
people-
we're talking about YouTube matters is because we're actually on YouTube itself.
I agree with that statement.
I didn't want to bring it to you like that, but I understand you, and it's going to affect their families tomorrow. When they wake up, they're going to feel the fact that one person out of their family is gone, and they're not coming back anymore.
Yeah.
They don't have that chance to talk or to say something to them anymore. And this is why we don't want to basically talk about this, because we just got out of like an emotional podcast. I understand it's so big. I understand that's so bad.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with the YouTube and what YouTube is doing, because a lot of people like to go ahead and quit high school, which is their fault, and they like to quit school or college, whatever, and they pursue a YouTube career. If YouTube starts going to shit, then there's more homeless people, and there's more people trying to get jobs who can't actually get jobs because they don't have the education to do it, which is their fault, by the way. And they're going homeless over YouTube, and they're getting hungry over YouTube, and they can't pay their bills on time, and they can't do this and they can't do that because a lot of people live off YouTube. It's sad to say, but they do. So that's also like a pressing matter, is what we're trying to say, Miss Tony. I'm trying to be like very respectful with your point and my point. Like I'm trying to basically draw out the best of both sides of the stories.
Yeah.
Later, Stump.
Also, a thing to note is a lot of people come to YouTube to get away from the real world so that they can relieve stress or be entertained like YouTube was created to do, not to be like reminded of the tragedies that are going on currently.
It's important to know that things are important in the world. It is important to talk about, you know, yeah,
Really?
yeah, things did happen, but they didn't happen on YouTube. And they happened, and they were horrible, and I'm sure it was, you know, effective for a lot of people, you know, but their families are still mourning, and I don't want to go talking, you know, I don't want to talk easily about somebody else's hardship when I don't know all the facts. I haven't even read it yet. I haven't even read about it. There's no details in me. I have no details.
Read what?
So I agree with you that what you're saying about how it's important to know that these things happen. It's important to acknowledge it, but also we're not really here to talk about that. It's called Gameheads Podcast.
Thank you. It's Gameheads Podcast.
What did I miss?
I don't know. Oh, God.
What did I miss?
You missed a lot. She brought up something serious, which I believe is important, but it's not meant for Gamecast Podcast. Gamehead Podcast is not about world issues. It's about, let me find your name now, Tony. Hang on a second. It's about games, YouTube. That's what it's for. It's for YouTube talk and about games talk or things that relate to that, not about real world life. Otherwise, it'd be real world news podcasts and not Gamehead podcasts. So,
but I understand. I actually understand her reasoning for that. Like as a mother, men, we would never understand how women feel in that sort of way because, you know, there's nothing like us, like a mother's love. You're not getting that back. So,
yeah.
I kind of understand her reasoning. I kind of understand her reasoning for that.
Yeah, but like I said, I feel like
as a mother, I've already lost a son. So.
And I lost a son too, son. What's up, baby? All right, well, it's nice to see you.
But when I heard about that school shooting, that senseless nonsense that caused many mothers to never see their sons or daughters again.
They're still mourning. They haven't.
It hurt. It hurt me.
Okay, and I'm sure it's going to hurt them more when it sinks in. But right now we're talking about something that hasn't even allowed them time to agree.
They're probably all in shock. Same way I was with Owen.
And people will just start talking randomly about it like they're going through it too, and that's not what we're doing. We're not going through it. We're going through it with them.
We have gone through the death of a child.
I don't want to talk about that on my YouTube channel. I don't. Thanks. Don't bring up my son. Our son. That's a different.
I'm just saying.
Wait a minute, Red. Okay. All right. We understand that very much, and we understand the mother's love to her son, her daughter, this and that, and I understand how because you know my mom would always tell me, you know, if I can reach out and tell one person about something like this to get them to realize and recognize that, you know, your life could be over in an instant, then that'll be okay. So she's kind of like that too, and that's why I understand you a whole bunch.
Thank you.
Game heads.
But wait a minute.
Wait,
But
I want to say something real quick.
We are here to talk about, you know, I mean, we talk about real life stuff, but we are here to talk about YouTube. The reason being is because people literally put their lives into YouTube and depend on it a whole bunch. So if YouTube gets taken away, then people literally risk dying and risk going homeless. And if they risk going homeless because they literally quit education to go do YouTube. But since they quit education to go do YouTube, which is their fault, They risk going homeless. They go homeless. They risk dying.
Okay.
Also, something to note is, Red a while back ago, he said he doesn't want to talk about sensitive things, and bringing up that particular topic is doing exactly what he doesn't want done on his channel to him.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about my son. We lost him, and it's hard, and I'm trying not to think about it all the time. I'm trying to do my podcast, not rehash my emotions, because I don't want to cry on my show. And that's one thing that'll make me cry on my show. And I don't want that. I don't want that to be, oh look, Red Bully Hype broke down and cried. Let's talk about my son. All right, well, I don't know about you, but I am one of those kind of people.
Because I've seen enough fake people to last me a lifetime. And so I thought, if we could talk about something real, it would be real. I wasn't trying to make you cry. I wasn't trying to make me cry. I was just thinking, hey, some realism could probably be better for all of us. Because as far as fake people go, they want to smile at your face. They want to say, hey, how you doing? And then they want to say, hey, the only thing you're good for is nothing behind your back. And I got a lot of fake people around me. The only true ones that I know are in the house. I just want people to talk about something that's true.
YouTube is true.
That's in your face. That's that you can't hide away from. That is there. You know what I mean?
Why ask me?
I think it's time that we move to a new subject.
I got opinions out my ass, man. And I'm one of those, I will say what I feel, I will say what I think. But I think you're right. We should make it a new subject. As long as it's real, I'm good with it.
So you think that things going on in YouTube aren't real? They're all fake, and people that are affected inside of YouTube are fake. No, I think there's some real shit inside YouTube, so it's not fake. I don't want to watch the world news. I'll watch the news. Jesus Lord, fuck my life.
Or debating, whatever you want to call it.
Not doing anything right now. We're listening to you all the whole time.
Y'all talking about a YouTube change. And I just want to talk about something that can affect the whole world.
I'm not trying to change the world. I'm just trying to have a podcast. Which you're
YouTube
corrupting.
Can affect a lot of people, because a lot of people depend on it as their main source of income. And like Crazy said, people drop their education for it. Or in some cases, people actually dedicated their education to it, getting a degree in content creation. So this affects a lot of people negatively. Not only us.
There are a lot of people that have gotten screwed over by the new stuff that they have come out with in YouTube. We don't just talk about that. We talk about people that are real fake on YouTube, that corrupt people, that bend things, that hack. We had, what's the thing on the Wizard 101 where we had DDoS bullshit because of some kids decided, oh, let's go screw up Wizard 101 because it's just fucking fun. And screwed up people with it.
Apparently I was wrong. I did not realize that people stake their lives on you. I apologize for that. I didn't know it was that real.
I don't know why we're talking about, Logan Paul, when we literally have a girl saying that if she gets to 1 million subs, she's going to fuck her dog and film it on camera and post it on YouTube.
That was like 3 years ago, wasn't it?
Nope.
And
it's recent, actually.
Well,
the new one?
Yep.
And in Exodus,
Whitney was.
It is bestiality and it's just wrong. That's my opinion.
Bestiality is also against the law.
Yeah.
I'm right back. I got pee.
Which,
But then,
in
I mean,
context of the
No,
whole,
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. What someone does behind closed doors is their business. But I have seen enough of God to know that He is real. And so that's why I post my opinion out there. Because I saw a girl, let me tell you, she came into the church with a broken foot, and she walked out without one. My Aunt Sue was on her deathbed, and she woke up talking about, what are we doing here? Let's go get some McDonald's. And she was on her deathbed. She had cirrhosis of the liver. And my mom, we were at the hospital. She made us sit there. She made us be quiet. And she prayed for hours. And they kept saying, hey, we gotta take her to a room. We gotta put her on life support. My mama said no. I'm gonna pray for my sister. She prayed for hours. And Aunt Sue woke up. And she said, what are we here? Let's do this McDonald's. She did not have cirrhosis of the liver anymore. It just went away.
Hey, Tony.
A week later, and it was gone.
we're not saying religion isn't real, but like in the grand scheme of things, everyone has their, in the grand scheme,
God, so I don't believe.
In the grand scheme of, in the grand scheme of things, everyone has their own religion, and so the priority would be the law.
I understand that. But I've seen way too much disbelief. Like me.
I'm not doubting anyone with anything that they believe in. I'm not doubting, I'm not saying that, we're going to be reincarnated. I'm not saying that we're not being reincarnated. I'm not saying that God is real. I'm not saying that God is not real. Of course I believe in it. That's because we all need someone to believe in. Or something to believe in. Together. Gives us hope.
As my brother likes to call it.
But all I'm saying here is that, this Whitney, Wisconsin chick has to go.
It's Whitney, Wisconsin.
No, dude, she was back like 2-3 years ago when Leafy started his channel.
Bro, and she's back again in the fucking news, saying that if she reaches 1 million subs, that she's gonna film a video and post it of her dog.
Okay, I hope she does, so she gets arrested and her dog can be taken away from her.
She has multiple dogs.
I will tell you this, guys.
On porn websites.
Guess how old I am.
That's been exposed too.
Nobody cares about how old you are, Tony. Damn.
I'm
Fuck.
I'm 30 years old.
Yeah.
Alright? I was supposed to not be walking for my scoliosis when I was 18.
Is it like scoliosis?
And I'm 30.
She's got bad scoliosis. It's like a tornado.
It's like a bad vocal cord. And my mom, well, we figured I had it when I was 12. And she took me to the doctor when I was 16. And the doctor she took me to in Tennessee said, you won't be walking by the time you're 20. Well, when we moved down here in Alabama, and I was 18, he said, you should not be walking. You should not be standing up as straight as you are. And I was like, well, I guess that's because my mama prayed for me every day and night. And so here I am, 30 years old. I'm not supposed to be able to walk. The girl I saw come into church with a broken foot, her name was Rosemary Clark. And she walked out without a broken foot. We spent a whole 2-hour church service praying for her. hobbled in on a stick because they could not afford purses. And she walked out without a broken foot.
Hey, Tony, we're not here to talk about your life. We're here to talk about
I still woke up on her deathbed.
I'm going to hang up on you.
Liver.
I want to show you what I'm talking about. This is called the Johnny Red Bully Hype Show. Not the Tony life story, because right now we're talking on podcast. We're not talking about...
I did not bring up religion.
Don't bring religion up. Good God, this is not a church.
I did. Someone else did.
Don't mean you have to go on a story about your whole life story, babe. Have you been drinking, babe? I love you. But we're going to talk about YouTube stuff, or I'm going to end this fucking channel.
I'm saying is the truth.
And so am I. I will hang this fucking shit up. Fuck, Tony, I love you, Dick. Damn. You're drunk and you're talking. Don't do it. I love you so much. Don't do that. Well, you're slurring. Yeah, this is too personal. It's too personal right now.
Someone else brought up religion.
Yeah, but this is a podcast where multiple people talk, not one person. I shut the fuck up all the time and let people talk. That's the podcast. You let opinions come.
That's a foreign concept for you, isn't it? There's a story in the Bible. That's the last thing I'll say. I promise. Okay,
See y'all later. Welcome to Game Heads Podcast. I hope y'all well. I'm just at a point where I feel like I'm getting overruled in my own shit. So I'm going to go ahead and back out and get about. Thank y'all for stopping by. This got too damn deep, too damn real, too damn quick.